Lewis Show for this 29th day of December. A couple of days left in 2025. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, we'll have open phones right through about 11:30 this morning. But for this hour, you just heard West Side Decorating. We're going to talk a little history this morning. History past, present, and then future for this particular guest. He happens to be the supervisor of Saginaw Township now, but for many, many years he was the owner of West Side Decorating Center, which he passed on to his nephew, Mike, who runs it now. And we say good morning to certainly one of my best friends over the years, and he is Gary Fondrick.
Good morning, Art. It's great to be back in the chair here.
Yeah, yeah. Once you got rid of the business and gave it to Mike, you were out of the chair.
That's right.
But see, now that you're township supervisor, we can legitimately say you have a purpose in that chair.
Well, that's great too. I love that new position.
We'll get to that, but how many years for you and West Side Decorating?
Well, the business started in 1966, and I was in high school at the time. And my dad says, "Hey, I need somebody to mop the floors and stock the shelves and do some delivery." But what he forgot to tell me, you're going to be doing it for 50 years, you know. So
he forgot to mention
yeah,
that.
Yeah, there was a little thing that he missed there. Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask a question: on your 50th year, were you still mopping the floors?
No. I did find somebody for that, but I would do whatever is needed. That's for sure.
And it was a good business for you, wasn't it? I mean, you really loved it, and you were involved in the National Association. You were president of a national, weren't you?
Yes, I had some great opportunities at the national level and in the state level. So overall, it was a really great experience. My family, you know, I think I look back and say, what would have happened if I'd have done something different? But it worked out really well because every child that we've had worked in the business, and my wife worked in the business, my sister. So it was definitely a very family-oriented business.
And the industry, how did it change over those years?
Well, excuse me. Well, I think probably the biggest change is when the big box stores came into play. I remember back in the late 90s, we were informed as dealers and knew nationally in other cities where some of the Home Depot and so forth would come to town. So you had to learn how to make adjustments to compete, and we did. And that was probably one of the biggest changes. And then I think the other thing, just in business in general, you always had things out of your control, you know, economic ups and downs in the state or the national or the worldwide economy.
And for you, one of the biggest changes was a fire. And strangely enough, sometimes fate plays a hand and actually improved your situation in the long run, didn't it?
Well, it did. 2012, we had a fire at our main store on State and Court, and my dad had built that building in 1972, so I just thought, you know, we'd be there forever after I bought the business from my dad. So things were going along just fine, and then that fateful night when we had the fire, fortunately it wasn't a real serious fire, it was more smoke damage, and I learned a lot about that, not realizing how much damage smoke does to everything in the store. So we had to relocate if we were going to redo the store, and we went out where the current location is now, across from Woolfiles there. Bill McDonald owns the building today, and did at that time, of course. And we just signed a 6-month lease thinking that we'd be going back. But once we got there, everything seemed to be a little bit brighter. I mean, our contractors liked the location, the staff liked the location, and it really was an actual boost for our business.
Yeah, and then now the Spirit had occupied the office next door.
Yes.
They moved out.
Mm-hmm.
And your nephew now has expanded into that space. He doubled the size of the store.
Yes. I wanted to do that, but when I talked to Bill, he said it was going to be a number of years before the Spirit's lease was up. And I said, right now we kind of have a tentative plan for my nephew to buy the business. And I said, I'm sure Mike will chat with you about that, and it's worked out really well for him. I'm really proud of him and the way Westside has continued to move on.
But you talk about competitive situations. You're right across the street from Woolfiles.
Mhm.
They have Ace Hardware and they have paint.
Sure.
Menards, it's right behind them on land Woolfiles sold them, and they have paint.
Sure. Right.
I mean, that's an amazing. It's an amazing success story that you survived that kind of competition and did so well.
Well, when you're in business, you have to develop a niche, and I think we did in the paint lines. And of course, we had a lot of other complementary products. Floor covering, full line of floor coverings, window treatments, wallpaper. So it's really important to be.
Wait,
Are you always
stop.
on the...
Reset those.
It's really important to be diversified when you're in business, because
Fest is a annual event, and I'm trying to think of how many years, but it's been more than I can remember. I think it's probably been, at least for this date, probably 20 years, maybe something like that, but it could be more. Anyway, with us is Sarah from Art Noe Appliances. Good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Did you have a Merry Christmas?
I did.
We know Sarah because Sarah at one time worked with us at the radio station. So
Worked with you for almost 10 years.
that's right. So it's no surprise to sit down and see Sarah. So what's happening here during this winter sale?
The winter sale is cool deals, and it's heating up in here, and especially with the snow globe getting shaken outside.
She walked in this morning. You shook the snow globe, didn't you? I said, no, I didn't.
It's always Art. So, we have a lot of great deals going on here, like dishwasher starting at $4.59.
Wow.
And that's for a Whirlpool with a boost cycle and turbo filtration, and it's only at 55 decibels.
Got all the pluses. Check off all the boxes.
Yep, and if you need that third rack and a little bit quieter, it's $5.99.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a pretty good price. That's a very good price.
That is a really good price.
That's a built-in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We don't typically have the roll around ones, but you can definitely order one if you need to.
You can order them. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I had to do. I have one of those at home.
So you can just put it anywhere.
Yeah, literally, it is.
So, and then we have a refrigerator starting at $12.49.
Ooh.
And actually, I was just over looking at one of the freezers. Recently, I bought a half a cow just to kind of keep up with meat prices and stuff like that, and I needed a whole other freezer just for it. And I bought the Element freezer refrigerator combo, and that's $6.99 right now. 17 cubic feet, holds the half a cow perfectly.
It was tough for the cow to walk in with only two legs to walk.
Really?
I just thought I'd ask.
Okay. But the MSRP on that is usually $12.99.
And there are some rebates on some things.
There are rebates on some things. We do have the low prices, and then we also have mail-in rebates. And if you need financing, we have 0%
Yeah, well, one of those things.
0% financing for qualified purchases.
All right. And what kind of hours are you keeping?
So this week is kind of a little funky. Today and tomorrow and Friday, our Saginaw store is going to be open 10 to 7, and Saturday is going to be 10 to 5. But on Wednesday, New Year's Eve, we're going to be closing the store at 2 o'clock, so all of our people can get home and be
that's cool.
safe and celebrate. And then on New Year's Day, we're all going to nurse those hangovers, and
Right.
we're going to be closed.
And Frankenmuth?
Frankenmuth is also kind of on funky. Monday, Tuesday, Friday is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed on Saturdays, but same New Year's.
Closed 2 o'clock.
Close at 2 o'clock on Wednesday and close New Year's Day.
All right, Sarah, we'll talk to you again.
All right,
Thank you much. Sarah here at Art Noe Appliances, and we will be back with more with Gary Fondrick right after these notes. From Art Noe Appliances, 3800 Tittabawassee Road in Saginaw, chatting with Gary Fondrick. Gary, of course, the former owner of Westside Decorating. It's funny to hear me say that. The former owner of Westside Decorating passed it on to his nephew Mike, who you've heard on the air with us. And then with nothing to do and a wife who said, "Get out of the house," he ran for township supervisor in Saginaw Township and was the winner. After you got the job, did you feel you were the winner?
Well, I'll tell you, we've lived in the Saginaw Township for almost 40 years. I served on a lot of boards, before, so I really had a pretty good background on Saginaw Township in general and how the township was run. So it was a pretty good transition.
And the supervisors that were in there, I mean, it was George Olson for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Tim Ron for years and years and years.
Yes.
How long are you hanging around, Gary?
Well, when I was running for that position, I made the statement. I said, between George Olson and Tim Braun, they were back to back and over 45 years.
Yeah.
Just the two supervisors covering that time, and I said, I just want to let you know I'm not planning on running anywhere near that length of time. So,
yeah. He says with a smile. So when you got the job, I mean, you've been around the township, you were on the boards and all of that stuff. But like everything else in life, there's always surprises. So you walk in your first day as supervisor. What was it like?
Well, it wasn't too much of a surprise because Tim Braun, I've known Tim for a long time, and there was that transition period where I could go in and stop in and visit Tim, and there were many mornings that we just chatted a little bit, and he kind of filled me in, what has happened over the years. He was clerk for 20 years and then supervisor for 20, so he certainly had a good background, so I was able to learn a lot, what would be coming up, and of course as supervisor there's a lot of different responsibilities, but the main thing that I try to do is to keep going. As Tim said, always strive for a safe, clean community, and if you work for that in whatever areas you can, that's the goal.
And how have you done so far?
Well,
I know the clean part
Yep.
because you really had this vision for State Street.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to metamorphose into something, isn't it?
Well,
And when?
Yeah, the State Street Corridor Improvement District. It's a lot of words, and it's well known as CID. And we do meet monthly, and it was actually set in place by the board back in 2012. But the reason that nothing has happened is it's based on improvements in the State Street Corridor. A small percentage of the tax dollars is set aside in a fund. So if you think about it, just in the last few years, maybe you could start with the Jolt credit union out there. That really was a big boost, and then there's been a lot of activity the last couple of years. You drive down State Street and you see a lot of new businesses, and there's certainly more to come. But it's given us the budget dollars now to work with. So we're looking at, in 2026, we're very excited because you will start to see some definite changes. It started out with some park benches and trash receptacles that were installed recently. There'll be some flower pots. Matter of fact, it's nice to work with other municipalities, and we were able to obtain some large flower pots from Bridgeport Township, and we'll be using those in the spring. So that will be a significant difference there right off the bat. And then also about the same time, we're working on new gateway signs. The parameters of State Street Corridor District is Midland Road to Passault. So there'll be 2 new signs put in at each end. So those will be
the over the highway signs? Or?
No, they'll be. Matter of fact, the one by Passault, it will be the same spot that has been in the past. Unfortunate automobile accident took it down, and so we'll be making some new safety concerns to make that safer. And then on the other end will be just past, right around the bend from Holly's restaurant there. So,
right.
So we yeah, we think those are really good starting points. And then, of course, decorative street poles are certainly in the discussion as well.
And benches are going to be along State Street?
Yes, we put our first 6 in right now, and we have had other businesses for that. So the next 6 that we put in, so eventually we should have probably about a dozen along that corridor.
That'll be different.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about a situation nationally that affects everybody. Affordable housing. Now, Saginaw Township has always had pretty healthy mix of affordable housing and very expensive housing. How is the housing situation right now in the township?
Well, we need more housing, and the good news is that we do expect some development coming in 2026 in both commercial and residential, probably about 50-50 actually. So
residential going to be multifamily, or?
I think that's probably going to be the way we're going to go. There will be some homes. I know Shawman off of Shattuck there will have some homes that they'll be putting up single family. But yeah, I think the multifamily is going to be the way it's going to go. We have something in the works right now, and there's another one that may come back into discussion that was delayed a few years ago. So between that and the commercial, we're very, very excited about the commercial, and also our relationship with HSE Solar. I'm sure you're aware
how's that
of
impacting the township?
Well, the big thing there, it's going to be a $29 million improvement to our wastewater plant, because there's going to be a demand for water for their operation.
Is that something they're paying for?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's a nice
Yes,
thing.
yes. So that's going to be a great improvement. And then we're looking at a lot of construction permits coming in for next year. Matter of fact, over 16 million right now. It's looking like one of the big ones right down the road. Matter of fact, from here, Covenant is going to be putting next to their Mackinac building on Tittabawassee. There'll be the Covenant Orthopedic Center.
Really?
And it's going to be a great addition to Saginaw Township, and certainly a great addition for Covenant. So that's something that we're really excited about. And there's other properties in that Bay and Tittabawassee area that there's a lot of serious discussion on improvement there too. So we think about State Street, how great that's going to change in the next year or two. But we are seeing some good interest out on the north end here.
There's a property down on Bay Road. It's at different signs, but nobody in it. It's a restaurant. It was, I think, it was a Chinese buffet or some kind of buffet. Then there was a sign up it was going to be a crab place. It never opened. Now there's a sign up that says Tokyo Sushi and Hibachi, I think, or something like that. Are we going to see that?
Well, we get a lot of requests, to come before the Planning Commission, and there's a lot of approvals have to be done.
Well, I assume they've done that, though. The sign's up. It's been up.
Right. But even though that happens, then it comes down to the actual company financially getting things set. So there's a lot of different reasons why things happen, or we hear rumors, or we
see signs.
Yep. And there's usually a reason for something moving forward quickly or a delay.
So we don't know.
I personally don't know. No.
Yeah, it's been there a while too. The sign's been up.
I'll tell you what. I will check, and I will let you know.
I'm just curious, about it. And then the former Benihana is empty. So we have some things to fill.
Yes, one of the things we're really excited about are the Rite Aid buildings. There's 3 of them in Saginaw Township, and certainly when those went empty, that's one of my big pet peeves. I hate to see empty commercial buildings. So with my relationship with a lot of different organizations over the years, visiting business owners and talking to developers and so forth, it's very important that we take a look at some improvement, and we are seeing the Dollar Tree going in on Shattuck and Bay. over on Green Acres. That is going to be
Like business condos, or
there's going to be at least 4 businesses in there. It's
gonna be divided.
in discussion with the owner. Yes, yeah, and he assures us you'll never know that it was a Rite Aid from the outside. There's going to be a lot of improvements. And then we had some very serious discussions over on Gratiot and Center.
Oh, really?
So we feel something positive is going to happen there during next year.
If there is a building in the township,
I know what you're going to say.
if there is a building in the township which has no explanation for its life,
Right.
it's that former savings and loan building that sits
Yes.
there
Yes. By Sullivan's Restaurant. Yep.
by Sullivan's Restaurant
Yep.
that has been empty for decades.
Very, very long. And,
And it looked like somebody was doing something with it because there was a power meter set up outside, and the rumor was somebody was going to do something, and then nothing happened.
yeah, I don't foresee anything happening in the near future in that, because as long as the owner pays the taxes on the building and keeps the building safe, there really isn't anything that
Yes.
is out of line for the township. So there's some things that people think, can't Saginaw Township do something about that? But that's, as you say, has been going on, and as long
There
as
must be a reason he keeps it. I mean, tax write-off. or
Probably,
whatever.
yeah.
There's got to be a reason.
I would guess that.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back. We'll also talk to Sarah when we return, find out what's happening here at Art Noe Appliance, 3800 Tittabawassee Road in Saginaw. Let me take a moment to talk about Quick Lane Freeland and McDonald Ford. They are together side by side. It's all a McDonald Ford family property, but Quick Lane Freeland is where you go for all your routine service and where you go for tires, because they sell all their tires at just $5 over cost. And that includes winter tires. Yes, there is a difference between the all-season tire you drive all year, and a winter tire. And I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to explain that
Hello,
difference.
Art. Yes, winter tires are made with a pliable rubber compound that includes silica to stay flexible and maintain grip in freezing temperatures. Unlike harder all-season tires, which stiffen and lose traction in the cold, this flexible compound allows the tire to better conform to the road surface, providing superior grip and traction on snow and ice to keep you safe.
Thanks, John. Stop in today. Have them check out your tires. Have them check the cooling system while you're there, too, because, it's winter, and cooling systems are an important part of your automobile. And don't forget to check out the full lineup of Ford automobiles and their pre-owned lot at McDonald Ford. Quick Lane Freeland and McDonald Ford, both wishing you a very happy new year and good things in 2026. Stop in and visit them today. We'll be back with more.
Save big money in your next painting project.
Noe Appliance, 3800 Tittabawassee Road. Sarah's with us this morning, and the end of the year, it's an end of the year sale, a winter sale. It's also a good time to reduce inventory for tax reasons.
It is a great time.
Yeah. So what's going on?
But, if Santa didn't bring you that new range that you wanted, we have them here at a good discounted price, too.
Yeah. Lots of them.
Oh, yeah. And electric ranges are starting at just $749. We have 3 models in Whirlpool, GE, and Frigidaire that all start at $749. And then again in gas, with the same 3, Whirlpool, GE, Frigidaire, $849.
I want to point that out. It's no longer a one-brand store, if you will.
No.
All the Whirlpool lines are here, which is
Yes.
Maytag and KitchenAid and Whirlpool and all those. And in addition to that, you have all the GE line and their upscale line, too.
Yep, we have GE, Profile, Cafe, and Monogram, because Monogram's...
Monogram.
Mm-hmm.
You have Frigidaire now.
Correct.
You have the Cove, which represents Wolf,
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero,
Oh, yeah.
and is it Cove? Is that the dishwasher?
That is the dishwasher.
That is the dishwasher. That's what I
Yes.
thought. And who knows what else? I mean, it's.
Well, we have lots. I mean, Thermador and
Oh, you have?
Bosch.
Oh, do you really?
Yep.
I didn't even know about Bosch. Wow.
Yep, Bosch and Thermador. The Thermador is more of like the upscale line, and they're both owned by the same company. But yeah, if you want to clean or cook like a Bosch, then you get a Bosch.
Basically, folks, it's an all-in-one place to come for appliances because you're going to find just about everything you're looking for right here at good prices.
Absolutely. And last week, there was a gentleman that stopped in to our service department because he needed a part. He had never been in our store before, and he's like, I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to go out to the car and get my wife because this is just impressing me that much.
Did he regret it?
I have no idea, but I think she was pleasantly happy too.
What kind of hours you keeping?
Oh, today we're going to be open until 7 p.m. Tomorrow, 10 to 7. Friday, 10 to 7. And New Year's Eve, we're closing at 2 so that we can all go home and be safe. And New Year's Day, we're going to be closed. And over at Frankenmuth, our normal hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should close early on
We're
Wednesday.
going to close early on Wednesday.
And Frankenmuth is usually open just Monday to Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. It's all happening right here at Art No Appliances, 3800 Tittabawassee Road, Saginaw, and in the Kroger Plaza in Frankenmuth. Stop in and visit them soon.
You are with WSGW.
He's passed local millage to help their streets. The state looks like it's finally coming through with some money to help local communities with their local streets. Where is the township in this?
Well, certainly we're in the second year of the county road millage that was passed, and the first year a lot of the dollars went into concrete work. You know, concrete is very, very expensive, and some of it gets put off. So in the past, for example, our relationship with the Saginaw County Road Commission, which has been very, very good, very good group to work with there, would be about, say, $100,000, and each of us would put in 50. But now we're able to do hundreds of thousands and really catch up on some of the concrete that has been delayed. But there are other dollars and other projects coming up because we have, and that millage, Saginaw Township was able to obtain $18 million. So for 6 years, we'll be putting in $3 million each year. And so you will see some improvements. Matter of fact, I already have seen some improvements in some of the roads out there in the township, and then we have other projects that will be coming up. There'll be neighborhoods that have the opportunity to, that has to be voted on. I remember we used to live on Catherine Court, and I remember years ago we decided our side of the street and our neighbors across to vote yes, and yes, it did put some dollars on our tax bill, but out of that we got brand new roads, brand new street there. It also enhances the value of your home. A lot of times I think that gets overlooked, and then also across the next street, that block decided not to do it, and of course in time that just keeps getting worse and worse, and so there's a lot of satisfaction, and there are a lot of taxes out there, and I know people are fed up with taxes.
Got that right.
But if there are some opportunities with some of these road millage dollars to assist, that's our goal. We're going to try to do the best we can to stretch the dollars.
Well, because there are more road millage dollars now, do you still have to go into the neighborhoods and have them vote on it to
Yes.
participate?
Yes.
So it is a participation thing. It's never going to be without
Well, there are exceptions.
certain roads. I
Yeah,
imagine.
there are certain roads that qualify.
As thoroughfares.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but I'm kind of looking at general
Neighborhood streets.
roads, and I think that it bodes well. I know there's some things going on at the state. We're not quite clear on how that'll affect local, but certainly that's a topic that has come up and long overdue, and does help strengthen the township with the new roads.
And so, can we expect in the near future to see lots more orange barrels around the township?
Probably.
Local ones as opposed to state.
Yeah. The Saginaw County Road Commission, like I say, we rely on their civil engineers. They're very knowledgeable, and they'll sit down with us and come up with the proper structure for the future.
But they don't do it. You bid on it with contractors, and
They will.
or do they hire the contractors?
Yes, they hire the contractors. Yep.
So the township wants to fix Street A. You go to the road commission.
Yes.
The engineers draw up a plan for either resurfacing or rebuilding that street,
Yes. Yep.
and they then hire the contractor. You pay them.
The way
Your
that-
money goes to the county, who then pays it.
Yes. Yep. So they'll come up